Gonna dot.
Okay, so now dot. So I'm going to make a cut here on the top of this sibilance. So this is another compound syllable.
Da, she was, da, she.
Dial, she was. Okay, so I'm going to cut right there. Command E, Command E. I'm going to nudge this forward. Nudging. Oop. I'm going to nudge this one back. And I'm just going to, yeah, looks good. I'm just going to kind of put them together. Okay, so now this is an S. You can clearly see that's an S. This is a long sibilance. And now these were lined up pretty good. So I'm going to actually cut here and cut there. And I'm going to let those stay. Oops, I'm going to let those stay where they are. And I'm going to move these forward and line them up. And so what that's going to mean is I'm going to be extending that a little bit, and which is what we haven't done that yet. Okay, so I'm going to make this sibilance shorter. Oh. Now, one thing you would never want to do is edit in the middle of a sibilance. That'll definitely sound bad. Never do that. Always edit at the beginning or end of a sibilance or any consonant. You never edit in the middle of a consonant unless it's like we did here where I shortened it and I put an edit at the end of the consonant into the vowel. That's okay, because the edit is at the end of the consonant. But I didn't put the edit in the middle of the consonant. Never do that. Never edit in the middle of a consonant. It's at the end or the beginning, never in the middle. So there's that edit. Okay, so now this one I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find the happy medium between these two. So I'm going to nudge this one a couple milliseconds in, and that should do it. So what we don't want is we don't want this where one side has a higher, that's a bad edit, and then that would be a bad edit. So we want to find that nice happy place where there's no rise in the middle of the edit. And that's a good edit now.
Da, she was, da, she was.
Okay, here a click.
Da, she was.
All right, it was in the middle of the vowel. And the question that you're probably asking is, how did I hear it? And the answer is, I've trained my ears to listen for those clicks, and you can too. It takes practice. I listen very.
Da, she was red.
I listen very carefully for any. The clicks are always a very specific frequency. So if you're just sort of tuned to that frequency, you'll hear it. Now I'm editing a little bit close to this attack transient. So I'm worried I might get a double attack transient by editing that close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nudge it backwards a little bit so that the edit is actually in closer to the middle of the noise floor section.
Gonna dash, gonna dash, gonna.
There's still another clip.
Gonna.
Right there. What's this?
I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, she was ready, I got 10 o'clock, gonna die, she was ready to block, 10 o'clock, gonna.
Almost there now. Click there, we'll fix that. And we'll put that where there's the lowest level of the noise floor. Always edit at the lowest level.
She was ready to block.
So I'm just going to examine those to see if they line up. They look pretty good. This is it looks like this bottom one might be just a touch later. So I'm just going to nudge it back a little. That's perfect. And then I'll put my edit there, and I'm going to, there.
Ready to blow.
That's better.
Ready to blow.
So the B you want to get the but ahead of the, so it looks like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put the third, the first highest part of the vowel, waveform of the vowel on the, right on the nose, right there, right on the bar, the beat marker. Okay, so here we've got a little bit of noise in the middle, so I'm going to put a fade, like a wide fade, and then I'm going to just kind of zoom it to the, I'm going to nudge it to the right, closest, oh, okay, so now I'm starting to get some of the attack transient on this one. So these two are going to not be perfectly in sync because of the nature of those audio files. That's perfect, okay?
Oh, oh.
Okay, so that's a compound. So the top one.
Oh, oh, oh.
So here's where the note changes right there. Oh, so that wants to be. I'm going to make them. I'm just going to cut it, and I'm going to nudge it to the right. Just so I can make sure it's going to line up. So I'm going to take this out. Now there'll be a glitch there.
Oh.
But I'll fix that later. Now this one's obvious where it changes because you can see it.
Oh, oh, oh.
I know, actually, it looked like that was where the vowel was going to change, but I was wrong. There's something else going on there. So that's where the note changes there. So same thing, I'm going to line that up first and then line this part up. And okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to take a look and see how much room we have in between these two. Looks like they're originally pretty close. So we're going to have to fade in, fade out on these. Take a listen.
Blow, blow, oh, blow, oh.
Okay, so the breath wants to be closer to the the breath needs to be right before the uh-oh, the second syllable here. So I put the edit in the wrong place. We're going to put the breath back where it naturally was in relation to the next phrase. And then we're just going to fade the breath in. And now what I'm seeing is the breath is actually a little out of sync between the two. So we're going to sync up the breath. Let's take out this little noise first. There's a couple more. So let's just take a few of these little pops and clicks and glitches out. And then